Okay. This is the third video in my Combat Patrol series. But, yeah, I have to admit that I made some mistakes. The first two videos, which all, what, 20 something people have seen, were pretty good. Things were going pretty well. It took me a few months to get started and a few months to make the videos. I started making those in January and I decided to schedule them to go out after wasting too much time not making more videos for the series and also not painting. It's now more or less June and oh, so much has happened in between. A lot of stuff has happened, especially with my painting and stuff like that. The main thing being, all of those lovely graphics and things that I've been working on for my second video and the original third video were on my old HDD for my PC. For those of you who don't know, HDD is a hard disk drive, otherwise a hard drive stores all the data on your computer, or some of the data depending on how many you've got. I decided a couple of months back that I was going to upgrade to an SSD, a solid state drive, SSD, sorry, which is much faster for people who don't know. In the process of changing drives, I backed all of my files up as any normal, competent computer user would do. But Windows wouldn't install on my old ass drives. They were all Gen 3. My computer is currently Gen 9, I want to say. But I had an external drive, which was the one I'd used for backup, which could have installed Windows on it. So I tried with all the different drives that I had. My Gen 3 ones weren't working, got rid of them, doesn't matter. Moved everything off them anyway. Went to install on my external drive, went to install Windows on my external drive. All went well, and then when I booted up Windows, after moving it to my new SSD after installing that, turns out that it had formatted my external drive without me really knowing. I don't know how I managed to let that go, but it happened. So all my video files, all my thumbnails, logos, little intro bits, the music, the animations, everything is gone, including the footage for the third video in this series, which I was very proud of. It was going to be a really, really good one because I showed you all the little highlighting bits that I had done quite well. But alas, it's all gone. It's all gone. So today, to try and keep this in line with what's been going on in the series, I decided to show you the things that I have done and have managed to do in the time since I royally messed up the third video and everything else on my PC. Although rest assured, a lot of my most important files were backed up on cloud storage, so that's that. I just lost things like photos, little files that I had from school, and videos and stuff like that, so there's no worries there, but I'm going to keep... Still not that happy, but you live and you learn, and you lose your temper a few times, and but your computer survives, and you just keep going. So yes, hopefully that'll clear up. I mean, all these other things have happened in the meantime as well, but I started making this series in January. I've been trying to build a new career, go self-employed, build a business of my own, run 2 YouTube channels on and off. And unfortunately it kind of all got behind me for a bit, so I didn't get painting for a very long time there, and I recently retook it up. I'm trying to get back into it, bought some more minis, so we'll have some more videos to make. And today I was going to show you my painting setup as it currently is, and the minis that I have done since I made my last video, which must have been finished in February. You guys won't see any kind of break in the rhythm, though. It'll just be a third week, but it'll be a bit surreal because I've lost some weight, cut my hair, trimmed my beard, Bit of a tan, so it'll be a little surreal, but still me, still my channel, still not that good at painting, but I'll show you some of the stuff that I've done, and you can comment and let me know what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to start with the Primaris Repulsor Tank, Impeller Tank, I don't know, but it's in the set, you can Google it. Finished this quite a while ago. I'm really happy with it, really happy with it. I'm going to give you a quick turn around. I was kind of planning to paint this as the series went on and do a big reveal at the end, but I need content, so I'm going to show you what I got up to. I mean, this, out of everything, turned out better than I could have hoped. I think I'm much better at painting vehicles than I am at painting scaled man, like humanoid minis. See, like, I'm quite happy with the burn on the impellers, the blue with the scratch metal, and the kind of general wear and damage all over the tank. I'm really happy with. I absolutely love how this looks. Obviously a few mistakes because I'm still a beginner, still getting better at it, but you know, things like the missiles, and there's all the little details inside. I don't know how well you can see them. All the little details inside and stuff. I am really happy with how this turned out. If you like it or don't like it, please feel free to comment and let me know. But that's the impeller tank. Move this over here. And I haven't finished many of the minis completely, but I have a couple of them here. I finished a while back that you will no doubt enjoy looking at. I kind of made a mistake while painting these guys. So I was going to go, you know, you've got your Mephiston Red, your Agrax Earthshade, your Evil Sunz Scarlet, and then the highlight color. I went to do the highlights and you can kind of see that I overdid it a little bit. I'm still not very good. I'm not very gentle with my hands, but I decided I was going to darken them down after I highlighted them too much. And I darkened them down with some contrast Flesh Terrors red, which made a massive difference to the overall color. It kind of turned into this burgundy red wine color, which I'm really happy with. I just brushed gunmetal, dry brushed gunmetal onto the weapons. Not quite finished those yet perfectly, but the Flesh Terrors red made a massive difference. And then it's just sort of earthy colors with Nuln Oil and Auric Armor Gold for the gold parts, and the belt as well. I'm really happy with the color and the finish that you get on these. It's not at all like the tank. The tank is very close to the original color recipe, but I messed this up on this guy and decided I was going to keep going, so I overdid the highlights again for this one and did the Flesh Terrors red. And I love the effect. A little bit of blue for the eyes as well, just brings them out quite nicely. Obviously not sort of Codex compliant Blood Angels in that case, but I still have the little tear. Sorry, the blood drop. That was a really silly thing to say. I am honestly really happy with this red, and I've done another couple of them in this style, and one slightly darker as well. But I'll wait until the end of the series to reveal all of these together, because I'm going to keep going painting through these and showing you the different things that I do as I go on. But for now, I just wanted you to see these guys and see what you thought. So yeah, leave comments if you like. If I can show you the color recipe and stuff, and I can go through painting another one of these if you want. But it's the contrast Flesh Terrors red on Blood Angels is really effective. Okay, so lastly today I'm just going to show you my painting setup and the kind of stuff that I use, being somebody who's very into the hobby of 40k, not as a gaming sense but as a model making enthusiast. Show you my setup in terms of painting my desk layout and stuff. Whoops. And see what you think as, you know, a beginner, the kind of stuff that I have done. I'll try and put links below for some of the stuff if I can find them, but a lot of things, most things are just from Games Workshop and stuff, so not that hard to find. But yeah, generally I try and sort my paints into spectral kind of arrangements, so you get red along all through the different reds. I have a lot of red for some reason, then blue, green, earth tones and flesh and stuff. Silver, brass, gold, shades, technicals, and then black and white. This is very, very standard. I keep my little painting handle up there just to stop it from toppling. This paint stand's really, really good. I'll try and link it down below if I can find the link for it. You can use your paint in there, it doesn't fall over. One problem I have had in the past is spilling paint everywhere. My desk is a little bit stained. But we just don't talk about that though, right? But yeah, I sort them all like that, and that paint stand's really, really good. You can combine it with other paint stands, and it comes with this little brush holder, so that your brushes don't dry off whenever you're you know, or they don't get paint on things when you're using them. This is really useful for painting with, just for holding things in place if you have those pernickety little parts that don't always fit perfectly. I've also got my little bits pile of spares and things that I'm not using, or that I've sheared or cut off or changed or edited in some way. That always just sits around there because nothing else goes in this area of my desk. Next is my wet palette. Currently no paint sheet in there, it's sort of seeped through. The paint sheets that came with this aren't that good because they tear very easily. Either because they're not very good, or because I'm not very good and I don't know how to use it. But as time goes on, I will inform you of how much better I get with it and whether or not it's worth that. The sponge is very good, it holds water and it seals very well so it doesn't dry out. But again, the paint sheets aren't that effective. Then I got my glue, fairly standard, cement, a little pot where I keep my unfinished marines. I like to paint them and then build them. So I got my unfinished marines in there. And I have some old, very old models that I've painted when I first got into the hobby. So ones that are, in other words, not very good. I like to leave Dreadnought arms mobile. Just, well, I mean, I like them to move. And like that. And there's an old Ultramarine that I did, kind of custom did. Keep them around my desk. And then some old Salamander Terminators are in there too. I think going forward, I'm going to stick with Salamanders as my, I just like that color scheme and it blends really, really well. The blending of that, of the shades of green, really, really nice. So I'm going to stick with that. And up there I have those two guys I told you about earlier. I keep other works in progress and finished marines and stuff in there. I keep my other work in progress marines over to this side so I know what I'm working on. I'll not show you too much of them. But yeah, and then down here, finally I have my spare tools and stuff, files, snips and stuff like that, and then my brush pot and my cleaning pot, which is gross. I should really buy a Citadel one so it doesn't look so disgusting, but we'll get there. It works for now. But yeah, if you want to rate my setup, leave a comment, anything that you would recommend, or if any links that you want, give me a shout. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll hopefully continue this series before long. But hey, we never know what happens, right? But thank you so much, and I will see you next time.